Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renee and today I'll be making a resin tray inspired by the spring court from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I start by mixing my resin for several minutes before dividing it into individual cups to mix in my pigment and gold leaf. I mixed my white by using white alcohol ink by the brand Resin before mixing gold leaf into clear resin. My video is sped up, but you want to make sure that you mix slowly to avoid bubbles. Before pouring resin into my tray, I took a piece of masking tape to make sure that my mold was clean and dust-free. I start by pouring my white pigmented resin where I would like it. The resin I am using in this video is a 1-to-1 ratio by the brand Let's Resin. I make sure to get as much of the resin out of my cup as possible to not waste any. Any unwanted drip can be easily cleaned up by using an alcohol wipe or a baby wipe. I then began to pour my clear resin with gold leaf into the remainder of the mold. I then began to pour the rest of my white to fill the bottom of the mold. I use a wooden stick to push the gold flakes around to avoid any clumps or empty spaces. You always want to make sure that whenever you work with resin you wear a protective respirator mask and nitrile gloves. Here I am using a heat gun to help pop any bubbles and to help the white resin mix with the clear resin. The heat gun I am using doesn't get very hot, but you want to make sure that you don't use one that gets too hot because it can burn your resin. Now you can see me placing pressed flowers into the resin. You want to make sure that your flowers are completely dry before placing them into resin or they can rot. Now you can see me placing some pressed evergreen to add a little bit of color. I then place my handles down into the wet resin. After the tray cures, the handles will be stuck in place. I let the resin cure and then I came back the next day to add a clear top coat. Here you can see the final result. Sadly, this tray was damaged in the Kentucky flooding this summer, and you can see that being submerged underwater for so long has caused the corners to no longer lay flat, but I still love the way that it turned out.